r/s credit asks, what healthy food tastes better than unhealthy food? Home-baked bread is healthier and tastier than store-bought bread, usually because of the salt and sugars added among other things, but the difference in taste and texture is unreal. Raspberries right off the vine. They're best enjoyed when you're picking them yourself and you're not allowed to eat them. The secret ingredient is crime. Isn't that Nestle's slogan? Roasted chickpeas. What's really cool is you can make them sweet or savory. You can throw some ground garlic, paprika, salt and pepper on them before you cook them, or toss them in honey and cinnamon when they're fresh out of the oven. They last a couple of days too, so you can make a big batch. They go from crunchy when fresh and hot to chewy and nutty once they've cooled. Edit good gravy. I wasn't expecting this to blow up like it has. In answer to so many of you, I use canned chickpeas, rinse them, drain them well and pat them dry. It's really important that they're as dry as possible, otherwise they just steam and go mushy. Preheat your oven 180 degrees Celsius and put the chickpeas on a wide baking tray. Make sure they're in one layer with a bit of space for shaking. If you want savory ones, add your seasonings now. I use rapeseed oil, garlic, smoked paprika, salt and pepper. Put them in for 20 minutes, then give them a shake to make sure they get cooked on all sides. After that, check and shake every 10 minutes until they're evenly golden and starting to split. If doing honey, cinnamon, add this while the chickpeas are still warm so the honey melts over and covers evenly, then add the cinnamon and shake vigorously. Keep in an airtight container for up to 4 days. Also, the garbanzo chickpea joke is now so overdone that if one more person makes it, I will burn Reddit to the ground. Ta smile. Pineapples. Could put a bowl of candy and the pineapple in front of me and the candy's not being touched. I like it, but after a while it feels like I've been eating liquid pain. That's because pineapple contains the enzyme bromelain, which literally breaks down proteins. Combine that with pineapple's high acidity and you've got a recipe for pain. Basically, when you eat pineapple, the pineapple also eats you a little bit too. Edit, enzyme not an im. Hummus, the food of the gods. So good and so damn easy too. Just get a jar of tahini, which will last the lifespan of 1,000 suns just chilling in your fridge. Then whenever you want hummus, which realistically will be at least once a week, blend a tablespoon of it with a tin of chickpeas, a hefty teaspoon of cumin, smoked paprika, black pepper and salt, glug of olive oil and squirt of lemon juice for consistency, and a clove of garlic if that tickles your pickle. Food of the gods in 30 seconds, and it costs pennies. I've been making my own hummus lately. Just made a spicy batch this weekend. Added red chili flakes, chili powder, cumin, paprika, salt, and 2 tablespoons of sriracha. It's absolutely delightful. I've done a sun-dried tomato variation as well. Dessert hummus is next on my list. Literally any vegetable that's sautéed with the right ingredients can taste good. Cooking tip: in Chinese cuisine, mixing almost any vegetable with oyster sauce and garlic is a million times better than just boiling it. Edit, holy crap, this blew up. Thank you all for agreeing with me, and be sure to leave your own recipes for all to enjoy. Apples. But none of that red delicious nonsense. If you have to tell me how good it tastes in the title, I'm going to assume you're lying to me. I found that what counts as healthy against unhealthy is a very fine blurry line. First, you should acknowledge that what experts are claiming as the truth today is most probably bullshit. I'm almost 40 and all my life I read about studies after studies, each debunking the previous one. For instance, we went from eggs being the devil's food to the most healthy thing you could eat, because the cholesterol in it was wrongly identified as being unhealthy for you. I grew up with lots of campaign ads urging me to drink milk, and it turns out that milk is pretty useless. If you go at the root of it all, the reason for all this misinformation is money paid by the producers to influence your lifetime and eating habits. Even the saying the breakfast is the most important meal in the day is bullshit. Burgers and pizzas are not intrinsically unhealthy. It's the high level of sugar and fat that is unhealthy. By all means indulge yourself if you don't have any other health restriction. Just remember, moderation in everything, even in moderation. If there is one enemy that must be fought against, it's sugar. Especially in the USA for many complicated reasons linked to their economy. It's the main reason why you gain weight, way more than fat. The reason why most people think it's the opposite is kind of infuriating, also linked to big business. The main reason why it's worst, though, it's because it creates an incredible strong dependence in your brain, stronger than heroin's according to stats. If you want to make a very big impact on your health, stop eating sugar and try to replace it by something else. It's hard because you'll find that you'll start craving for it in one form or another. But if you cut back on the consumption, after a time, you'll find that all the other foods suddenly start tasting better because your brain will stop claiming for it like a toddler every time you're hungry. Basically anything you prepare from scratch and not screw up. Has anyone said kimchi? Because kimchi. Mushroom burgers. Maybe it's just because I haven't had a beef hamburger in over a month, but I swear my portobello mushroom burgers are better. I swear my portobello mushroom burgers are better. This is what Chris Traeger thought, with his perfect turkey burger recipe. And his portobello mushroom steaks. These are my favorite and easiest to make at home. Mashed avocado with chili, including seeds, and relished olives. Porridge made with oat milk mashed with banana and cinnamon, or just organic peanut butter. Toast with hummus and tomato. Toast one side under grill, flip it then toast the other side with the aforementioned ingredients. Homemade granola with yogurt and berries. Mashed sweet potato with diced baby spinach, olives and mashed baked salmon. Roasted chickpeas with any seasoning you like, taste like chips. Crisps if you're in Europe. I love how specific these are. Thanks for the ideas. Probably only for me, but I love lentil stew. I could eat this forever. It makes me warm inside and it tastes so delicious. I would pick this before every taco or hot dog. No burger can withstand this deliciousness. Think I might get some now and then die afterwards. Coconut. I spent time in Thailand last year. I'm a fortunate man, and I could live on those coconuts alone. My word. Cherries. Those things are like crack to me, and if you gave me the choice between a bag of them and something like a burger or pudding or bag of chips, I'd pick the cherries every time. I know the thought of certain foods seems off-putting, but a lot of the time it's because you don't eat enough of them to actively crave them. When I first started eating healthier than I used to, I had to force myself to eat a lot of foods I wouldn't normally eat. Spinach, kale, certain types of nuts, Brussels sprouts, etc. But after a few months, I started actually craving most of said foods over the things that I'd eaten beforehand. I still love a burger and fries, but the thought of a spinach salad with chicken, walnuts, cranberries, and goat cheese gets my mouth watering more now, especially on gym days. Nobody has mentioned asparagus, and it's making me feel like an outcast. Depends on my mood at what you consider healthy, since everything is relative and everyone's bodies are different. Wine, Parmesan cheese, and grapes can't be beat. Define unhealthy? I've made my own pizza, with unenriched flour, fresh mozzarella, pure sunflower and olive oil, not blended olive oil, figs, shallots, a reduction of balsamic, and homegrown cherry tomatoes. Dates are one of my favorite candies. Same with other dried fruit, but dates are my favorite. I'm well aware that they have a lot of sugar and are not low calorie, but also a lot of vitamins, antioxidants, Good fiber content, natural sugar versus highly processed ... More nutritious than say, a Hershey bar or something. Take a bunch of grapes, I do purple, pluck them and stick them in the freezer for a few hours. Just as good if not better than any popsicles. The texture is like biting into frozen smoothie bites if there was such a thing, and it's a fantastic source of fiber. Also, people on a diet or just looking to get full without eating too much would find this to be more than sufficient a life hack. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more r/s credit content.